or some corporate guy who thinks he can outdo Mother Nature and God himself and the universe itself. That he's smarter because his mind is oh so sharp. You know, it's really funny because I'm pretty sure that maybe some people expected me to talk about the mystical experiences I have with Carlos. What are you going to get out of that? What I'm trying to give is what I got out of my time with him. What I have noticed because of it. And what I have noticed is that it's not about what you think about anything. It's not even in the way you see things. It's in realizing that well-being is real. It's an energetic presence. It's not an idea of energetic presence. It is energetic presence. Full realization of that. To own that. To get everything out of the way that blocks that. I guess really, to be a God. Because you know what? When you get to be a God, there is no lack in you. So there is no violence in you. None. Not an ounce. There's no need of somebody else's anything. There's just satisfaction. When you learn how to handle it without going sideways or puking your guts all over the place or getting afraid of it. Once you're full, doesn't mean it stops. It starts falling off. It starts pouring out of you. And that influences people. To do what? Hopefully not to bow at your feet and follow you around and to be that themselves. So I even looked into the Eastern stuff. I was bored to death. Nothing worse than going to see a Tibetan monk. It's so boring. Boring, boring, boring. And you hear a bunch of simple-minded stuff that really you kind of know anyway. It's going to be really no big deal. Because you hear it all day long. If you're not having the experience, how satisfying is it for you? Worth the trip? See, I have this YouTube page with all this stuff on. And this guy got a hold of me from Denver. I told him you should definitely make the trip. It's fun to be present in it. Because you get a lot being here that you don't get on that. That, I mean, you can think about, you can sit there and rattle it through your brain and feel nothing. You can. You can sit there and listen to it totally from an intellectual state and get nothing and just go, But it's kind of a little harder to do that when you're here. Because now it's not some detached thing you're doing. You're in participation with it. This is what, I mean, I've always wished that we could develop a camera that puts the feeling in the room in you. You want to know what being is? Shut up. And you will find it. That requires a discipline. Don't listen, don't believe what you think. Ever. Because to believe in what you think is to take your awareness and stick it in a hole. There's no need to believe anything. I mean, you watch them, don't you believe in God? You have to believe in God. It's like, why? Why believe in anything? Aren't you alive? Aren't you experiencing? What's there to believe in? Why would you have to have that? It's in your head anyway. Your being is doing just fine. If you can shut off all that belief and all that mind stuff, it just comes out. People have a hard time doing that alone. I know that. It's terrifying to get there. Which is why you have guys like Carlos that show up to kind of keep your monsters at bay while you're getting a glimpse of who you really are. And not only a glimpse, having an experience of what your being actually is. And helping you with the courage to face what's in your way of having that for yourself.